If y'all haven't noticed, I have been moving completely silent. I deleted my IG, deactivated TikTok, and YouTube is really the only thing that I post on because YouTube is my first love. I'll always post on YouTube. But even my YouTube videos, I keep saying I'm gonna get back consistent with posting on YouTube, but life happens. But I figured I'd hop on the camera as much as I can to give you guys a little update and to chop it up with y'all, see how y'all doing, make sure everybody's doing maliciously well. And I mean that for real. I hope everybody's doing solid. I've just been, man, I feel like I feel like this has been a repeated topic in my videos as of late. Well, the past 2, 3 videos, but I've just been I'm not gonna say soul searching because I don't think I'm soul searching, but I've just found a new path and new goals, I guess you can say. I feel like I say that, but I never go into detail. So, based off the title of this video, Creating a Quiet Life, that's what I'm gonna explain to y'all what my quiet life is and how I think I should maneuver through life. This is not a guide or end all be all to, drop everything you're doing and live the type of life that I'm living. Absolutely not. What you see on the internet is what you see on the internet. You're the conductor, the person that's going to take bits and pieces of all this information that you obtain and pick what chooses to stay and what chooses to get or what you choose to discard. So, what I'm saying is take bits and pieces of everything you see on the internet that may be beneficial to you and find out or pull out what works for you and discard the rest. That being said, everybody's different. Everybody lives completely different type of lifestyles. So what may work for me might not work for you. Just find what does work for you and stick to it and then modify it and adjust and adapt as you go. Nothing should stay the same for a prolonged period of time. Nothing. Because that means you're stagnant. That means you're gonna hit a plateau, is what I'm trying to say. But 7 months ago, my friend said something to me that sparked a realization, and from I'd say February, March timeframe to now, I've been locked in on personal goals and financial goals. I guess physical goals like mental or not mental health as well, but physical goals, health in general, I've been focusing on. But I feel like that also falls into personal goals. So I'm just gonna say personal goals and financial goals, but then again, financial goals falls into that. But before these past 7 months, I like I said, I knew I wasn't focused on the right things, but I just couldn't pinpoint it. And now that I am where I am now, that I've been actually focused and locked in on things that I haven't really been focused on, I'm in a much better place. Not saying that I was down bad or anything, but I was in a less greater place than I am right now. I hopped off social media. I changed up my workout routine, my exercise routine. I feel like I was taxing my nervous system and I was just doing too much. So I aligned that with what I'm trying to do. I aligned my finances with what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get rid of this car debt. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. I actually have concrete goals, reachable, obtainable, solid goals that I have set for myself this year that I've been working towards. Whereas before, I would set goals, let's just use finances because everybody understands money. Before, I was like, I'm gonna build up my savings or I'm gonna build up my reserve. And that was the goal. It wasn't precise. Whereas now I'd be like, all right, I'm trying to save $10,000 within the next 7 months. That's a precise goal. I have a timeline, I have a number, a specific part of that goal, and that's something I can absolutely work towards. If I'm just like, I'm gonna build up my savings, okay, to what? There's no motivation in that because you're building up your savings. Okay, when's the time where I check in again? When's the time where I stop or where I start adding more, where I allocate my money somewhere else? There's no specific nature of that type of goal. Whereas, okay, I'm gonna save yada yada in X amount of months. It's pinpointed, it's homed in, and that's something you can actually work towards. So it took me a while to understand and grasp that concept of progressing in the life that I want to create. I low key just got hella sidetracked. I brought up social media. The reason I got off social media is because I was doing things out of my I guess I was doing things like out of my character, things that I wouldn't normally do because I thought I had to make content. That's what I was doing. But now this quiet life that I'm building for myself, I'm building it around the things that I actually enjoy doing, things that I like doing. And I think that's one of the most important things in life. Doing things that you genuinely want to do. If I'm the type of person that, I'll chill at the crib, I'll invite people over, or I'll go chill with the homies at their crib, or I'll go hiking, camping, snowboarding, pickleball, go to a library, I'll go walk in a park, sit in the park, just seeing the world, seeing new things, different cultures. I had this perception in my head that I always had to spend money to have fun. If I wasn't spending money, then what we were doing, it didn't count. Like that's the type of messed up mentality that I had. And I had to come to realize with the help of, the people around me, and that's another thing. Isolation is cool when you need to get back to your roots, but you can't be isolated for too long because we are human beings. We need that human interaction. But I started hanging out with some good people and they showed me different things. They showed me and made me realize that as long as you're having a good time, you feel good, you're healthy, and you're with good people, good friends, good family, that is a good time. You can make a good time out of anything. Hell, I'll watch a movie nowadays, any type of movie. Make my popcorn, chill on the couch. That's fun to me. I can go chill at the homie's crib. I can go travel to I just got back from Germany, Luxembourg. I can go travel. I can do these things. But I don't need to be out and about. I don't need to be flaunting the next best thing. I feel like I'm entering an era of my life where it's genuinely for me, and not for anybody else. And what I mean by that is I'm catering to things that I want to, things that I want to cater to, things that are actually beneficial to me, things that are beneficial to the people around me and my environment. That's the era that I'm living in right now. I don't care about cars. I don't care about clothes. I don't care about I don't care about none of this. I don't. There's a time and a place for everything, and I'm speaking for me. I'm not saying buying anything or having possession of anything like what I've mentioned is a bad thing. No, it's just not where I am. I'm not saying it's whack or anything. Do what you want and don't let anybody tell you that it's whack or that you're doing something wrong. Do what you think is best for you. So I'm not dogging on anything. I'm just saying that's not where I am in life. I just care about things that positively benefit me. And I'm going to pour my energy and focus into those things. That's really just where my head has been, where I have been. And I tried to explain it in the last video, but I tend to explain things on a surface level until I feel like it's a good time to talk about it. Now, what I mean by creating a quiet life, I'm not talking audibly or I'm just in the crib, I'm not doing anything, not going outside. I'm not talking about that. I mean more so of a low key life. And by a low key life, I'm not talking about avoiding people or hiding from people. I'm genuinely talking about being intentional with the things that I do and selective with the things that I do. I try to not negotiate with myself. And what I mean by that is I have these clothes on the bed. Instead of, okay, I'll do that later, or I'll do that another time, or move them to the chair in the corner and go downstairs or go to another room and do something else. No negotiation. I see it, I just do it. And while I'm doing it, I am intentional and present with folding the laundry. It just allows me to stay present with what I'm doing and not have my mind thinking about things of the past or too far ahead in the future. It's me folding this laundry or me exercising, lifting, running. I want a clear mind and I want an intentional mind. I don't need to be stressing about things in the past or stressing about what ifs in the future. I just need to be present. It's just a tactic to practice and get familiar with present thinking, present mindedness. But y'all are probably wondering, okay, how does that lead to a quiet life? The fact that I am handling and taking care of things that could possibly provide stress later. If I hold off on this and I come upstairs, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I'm getting ready for bed, or I want to chill in my room and I have laundry all over the bed, I'm either gonna put it in the corner or I'm gonna have to either put it in the corner and do it tomorrow, which is a hassle, or I'm gonna have to do it at 9 o'clock at night or 10 o'clock at night. So to avoid all of that, doing it tomorrow when I can just do it today, or doing it at night when I could just do it right now, I'm helping future me. That's really how I look at it. That's just a small example, but this can be applied, and I have been applying this to other aspects and parts of my life. But that's just one of the things. No negotiation. It'll lead to you taking care of your future self, and that's important. I was in the gym today and I was listening to this video on YouTube called Building Wealth Systems, just to get familiar with different practices and different ways of doing things financially, how to take care of debt, how to build your reserves, and stuff like that. But one of the things that stuck out the most in this video, it said your environment whispers instructions to your brain. And then it started talking about how it's so easy for us to purchase things. They make it one click. Amazon, websites, your credit card information is already in there, your address, all your information is already in there, so you just throw stuff in your cart and click purchase, and boom, that's it. I've been deleting shopping apps, like stuff that I don't really use or stuff that I don't need on my phone. But I kept listening and it started to go into applying the easy to purchase method or whatever you want to call it to investments and savings. So basically automating your investments and savings. I am not no financial channel, nor will I ever be. That's a different beast. But I do want to shed light on the basic things, the simple things like save your money, have an emergency fund, have a reserve, have an investment account, IRA. I'm not going into all this information, but I think it's dope when I come across YouTube channels of people that, they have a niche or they're just vlogging or they're doing something that doesn't necessarily have a lane and they mention something about finances. Something that you might not know, something that I might not know, and something that I might need to hear. So, I, I get a scam call at least twice a day. I'm this close to changing my phone number. This close to changing my phone number. But nah, I'll always want the best for my people as well as the audience. So there'll be times where I mention like small, brief things about a plethora of things. But that doesn't make this like a specific channel for that. I'm still, doing my own thing. But I think it's dope to incorporate life tips. Again, same number, by the way. Crazy. It's really the simple things, but I thought it was interesting while I was on the treadmill, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring this up because I thought it was solid, automating things, certain things, but also applying the easy to purchase, easy to buy, or one click purchase, one click buy to one click investments, one click savings. I want to share with y'all something that I've learned over these past few months regarding this applies to you if you live alone or if you live in a house full of people. But I've been I still listen to music. I love music. I'll never stop listening to music. But I've been tapering down how much I listen to music. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. When I'm in the shower, that sounds crazy, but when I'm in the shower, I usually listen to music. When I'm in the car, I usually listen to music. If I was out here, I'm listening to music. At the beach, listening to music. Music will always be a massive part of my life. But these past few months, I've been slowly listening to less and less music. I realized that I was not giving myself time to genuinely be with my thoughts. Like, actually think, actually analyze my thoughts. Think without influence, think without music changing how I feel, changing my emotions. I wasn't giving myself that time. Only time I wasn't listening to music is when I was asleep. These past few months, I've just been giving myself time throughout the day in just silence. And you sit in silence for 10 minutes, like not doing nothing, not reading, not looking at anything, just sit in silence for 10 minutes, you're going to find out a lot about yourself. You're going to find out where your mind goes. You're going to find out a whole lot. Things you haven't been thinking of that you should have been thinking of. Things that you think too much of will dissipate. I don't know. I think it's a beautiful thing because it's been helping me understand my way of thinking without influence. But that's just something I found that's been critical over these past few months. And it's also been helping me get familiar with myself, get familiar with my more familiar with myself, more familiar with the things that I like, the things that I don't like, what I actually want to do without influence. Just I don't know. It's something I've never experienced because music has been such a large part of my life for a very long time. And it still is, but I also think that having time in your own head, no influence, no input, is very important. That's very important. And if you haven't tried it, just sit 10 minutes in silence. 10 minutes in silence. No reading, no looking at pictures, no nothing. Just sit 10 minutes in silence and see where it gets you. Because it's going to get you somewhere. Soon.